So that there is a planet. I think they say it's Venus. It could be Mars. When I was growing up, you couldn't see planets with your naked eye. None. Zero. You needed telescopes to do it, which I did. I also had a friend that he was like one of the best around this city to do astronomy. He had his own telescope and he knew when the planets would be out, certain constellations would be out. He'd be going out at 3, 4, 5 in the morning just so he could see them. It took me with him on a few times as well. But my point is, when you grew up, you were told the only thing you could see is the sun and moon. No other planets could be visible. None. There was the northern star that was always there, but none of them. You couldn't see any of them. And now we're seeing planets lining up, planets poking out, with your own naked eye. And no one seems to bat an eye about learning what you learned when you were younger. A lot of people question what you're taught in school, but you can just use common sense. And if you grew up and you never seen planets popping out on this side of the sky and then this side of the sky, there's trees hiding the other one, but and they've been doing this for years. Planets just popping up. And they tell you, yeah, they're planets. You can see them with your naked eye. You know? All those people that were taught for generations that you can't see them. Where are they? Where are people coming forward and saying what's going on? You got people out there making videos showing these extra bodies in the sky. A lot of them are just lens flares. Some of them are in question about what they are actually seeing. I myself saw one with a friend of mine. He was a drunk guy. He's actually best friends with one of my friends. Yeah, man. So me and him, I got him in nature, right? Figured get him out in nature, get him doing something besides drinking all the time, and it worked, man. Now he loves going out for walks and going out in nature, but this was years and years ago. We're sitting on the waterfront by the airport. Just watched the sun go down. Literally, we just watched the sun go down. And this huge, it looked like a moon, but the moon was on the other side of the sky. You could see it. It was just coming up as the sun was going down. And this thing was like, you could put 10 or 20 suns inside of it. That's how big, or that's how close this thing was when it was setting. It was huge. And you could see round craters on it. It looked just like the moon. Identical to the moon, but really close up, blown up, and like I said, 10 to 20 times, well, 15 to 20 times bigger. It took up like a great big part of the horizon. Like a big part of the sky. It was like, see my fingertips? It would have been like this. That's how big it was. That's just the top of it that you could see. Right? And we could see it setting, so I saw like 3/4 of it. And he's totally sloshed. So I said, "Hey, Corey, what's that?" And he looks at it, he goes, "It's just the moon, man." I go, "Dude, that's not the moon. We just watched the sunset there 2 minutes ago." And he's like, I don't know what it is, man. Look at it, it's huge, it's awesome. I'm going, no, what the fuck? I'm freaking out, right? But I couldn't like correlate with anyone because he was just way too drunk to understand. And on the other side, you could see, like on the horizon, the moon was there. It was actually up off the horizon. And this was like in the summertime when this happened, and it was like, I'd say like 10 years, 8 to 10 years ago. And I talked about it for years after, but, you know, it was only Corey that could remember, right? And the next day, actually, he couldn't remember. I shouldn't say he remembered, but it was only Corey that could witness it, and he didn't remember, man. And it set quickly. It was like, see my hand again? If this is the top of it, it was going like this. So, It's something like completely out of the norm. So a lot of these videos, like I said, that are popping up and they show an extra planet or an extra this or an extra that, I'll click on them here and there. But 90% of the time they are lens flares, or they're being shot through the car window, which when you move the camera around, it doesn't show the flare when it's being shot through the cam window. It's like an effect. So a lot of people picked up on that and they're doing it, I guess. But anyways, I thought I'd show you that little planet right there. And hopefully you can see it. That's how it is normal. So I darkened up the view. Kinda cool, man. There's a star popping out. There's a cool Tragically Hip song. It's called Bob Cajun. It talks about the stars popping out one at a time, just chilling out, sitting out and watching them come one at a time. Kind of like some of the vids I told earlier. Some of you guys, just get out there, man. When was the last time you laid down on the grass and just stared at the sky, chilled out? And I know a lot of you think you don't have time to do these things, but literally you start by just doing it like 5 minutes. Then slowly add time. You'll do it for 10 minutes, then 15 minutes. And the other time, you're still doing everything else. You haven't cut back on anything. You're just making time for it. Time for life. Time to enjoy. Just chill. Which not a lot of people do. A lot turn to meditation to do that. Which, if you ask me, you don't really need meditation in that kind of sense. Like the inner meditation things that they do, it leaves you open to some things. Or if you just take a calm, quiet, breathing break, I guess you could call that meditation too, but you're not focusing on anything. That's the difference. It's the intent. You just put yourself in an environment, wherever it is, sit down, relax, lay down, whatever you're doing, go with the flow. Things do slow down. It's when you really get to kind of appreciate life and understand things. Which everyone should do every day. But anyways, God bless you. Time to go.